The mission of the Taylor University Athletic Department really aligns well with Taylor's mission statement, and it's to provide comprehensive and competitive experiences that promote the achievement of excellence and the building up of Christ-like character for the purpose of developing lives of eternal significance. Now what we say around here in our department is just remember the 2 C's, and that is comprehensive and competitive. Here at Taylor we believe in not only being competitive but doing it the right way, and we do that through strong academics, through a discipleship program that we feel is comprehensive throughout the freshman year all the way through graduation, and just being mentors and helping our student athletes grow through all the experiences in alignment with what they do in their classrooms and with their faculty. A faith-based approach at Taylor is an interesting question because I think our coaches approach athletics in probably the very same way a coach at the highest levels approach athletics. We don't believe that we should ever make excuses or minimize the competition and the requirements of the process of athletics because we love the Lord and because we're committed Christians. We feel like we are more passionate to push our athletes and for our athletes to grow and develop because the Bible commands us to do it with everything that we have for the glory of God, and so we never want to cheat that process. To us, God speaks the most passionately through the things that we love, and we feel like having student athletes here in our respective sports, and we have 18 sports here at Taylor, when we have the opportunity to coach student athletes who we feel have been called to Taylor and have great ability to play, we want to give them everything that we can to help them to build in so many ways, but particularly in athletics. The athletic director at Taylor is probably the most exciting job on this campus. It's never a dull moment, and it is never 2 days that we have the same situations. I think I love many things about being the athletic director, but one, I have the opportunity to work and lead tremendous coaches that are committed to their calling. And I have the privilege of watching student athletes grow from an 18-year-old freshman coming in and really trying to figure out what this is all about, all the way to the growth of graduation. It is a tremendous experience to get to see that, to get to be alongside the ups and the downs that we see at Taylor, and I'm sure every institution sees. And I love the fact that we can walk alongside those situations and help them to find where they need to be at the end. And so those are my very favorite things. As I'm speaking about the competition in the Crossroads League, I can feel my anxiety starting to rise because we have a game tonight, a conference basketball game, and so I can feel myself starting to get a little stressed. My chest is getting kind of tight. Since I've taken this role as athletic director and have to compete in the Crossroads League, I spend a lot of money on massages, and the treadmill is my friend, and so all that to say, this is a tremendously competitive league, and not just in certain sports, but I'm seeing it grow all the way across the board. And so to keep competing with every sport day in and day out, I think is a wonderful thing. There are many conferences in which there might be 3 or 4 institutions that dominate every year, but it's fun to see that we are going to have great competition within really a 2 or 3 state radius. Before I say the one thing that no one really knows about J.D. Collins, I do want to say publicly that I really appreciate all that J.D. has done for the Crossroads League. He has elevated our brand tremendously, and we are a very competitive and successful conference, particularly because of his leadership. So I want to make sure I say that about J.D. One very little known fact about J.D. is most people know that he had to have knee surgery, and he had that situation with his knee, but they do not know exactly how it really happened. Well, it started a few years ago. We hired JD to be the Taylor University Athletics mascot. He tried really hard, and we let that go for a few years, but then it just didn't work out, and we had to let him go. Well, he then went over to Indiana Wesleyan and got the job as their mascot. And then last year, everything was fine, and last year we had a little scuffle, and it ensued in him having a pretty bad injury to his knee. We offered to pay his medical bills, but litigation is still pending at this point. So JD, thanks for all you do for our conference.